Thought Florida couldn't get any weirder? Well, fortunately for us, it can. For today's episode of What the Florida, we will be informing you on some very crazy Florida stories that will have you saying, wow, that doesn't surprise me.
Hello, and welcome back to What the Florida. I'm Anna Moy.
And I'm Zach West.
And today, we have a lot to discuss in terms of Florida's most ridiculous news stories that are too good to not be true.
Our top story, Monroe County officers searched a car and found a Cookie Monster toy with around 314 grams of cocaine stuffed inside.
Wow, that certainly changes the meaning of the term stuffed animal.
Indeed it does. Police first knew to inspect the doll when seeing that it weighed heavier than it should have, which I would say is just fat phobia. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Police arrested the driver, but while he may be locked up, this raises the question, could there possibly be more children's toys out there hiding drugs? We will be sure to investigate further.
But for now, be careful when buying your children's Sesame Street toys from now on. It may lead to them developing an unnaturally early addiction to cocaine.
Our next story involves the explanation of where babies come from. So if you do not want to be spoiled, please click away.
A man in Clearwater Beach was caught climbing on a playground and yelling vulgar explanations of where babies come from to the children playing there.
Wait, what's so vulgar about storks bringing babies to couples?
What?
You know, storks bring the babies in baskets to families who want them. That's not inappropriate.
Well, someone's a virgin.
Anyways, an officer was able to catch the man and charge him with disorderly conduct.
To prevent this from happening to your child, please educate them as soon as possible so they won't have to be told the ugly truth by someone else. Education can prevent all kinds of problems.
I still don't see what's so ugly about birds.
We can talk after the show. Moving on, we have a lot more to report.
Right. A man in St. Petersburg is accused of dumping human feces and urine into a 7-Eleven store.
The man obtained the waste from a porta potty nearby and dumped it all over the floor in the store.
Police suspect that this is an act of revenge because the same store had banned him a few months ago.
In my opinion, there are much better ways of getting your point across. Just ask all my exes.
Oh, I'd be more concerned on why the store banned him in the first place. I mean, the man already had a lengthy criminal record, which included convictions of burglary, weapons possession, grand theft, and drunk driving.
Not bad for a Florida man.
Just throw in an arson conviction and that would make it pretty impressive lineup, huh?
Alright, on to our next story. Florida man apparently has his own beer now.
That's right, a brewery in Tampa called Cigar City Brewing has named one of their beers after the famous Florida man.
The beer contains 10% alcohol by volume, which is one of their more alcoholic beers.
Wow. With a percentage like that, anyone who drinks it could easily become a Florida man.
Tell me about it. That beer could easily solve our problems with the breeding the species.
Speaking of which, the company's website includes the origins of the beer and the Florida man it's inspired from.
Anyways, for our final story today, a Florida town has recently decided to change its name to Miracle Whip.
The town, previously called Mayo, decided to change its name as part of a business promotion. The mayor of the town also said it would help them be more noticed.
However, the name is also said to be temporary, and it was used to mess with the residents.
Well, that's disappointing.
Despite that, Miracle Whip, Florida has already been recorded as one of Florida's weirdest town names, alongside Yeehaw Junction, Tobacco Patch Landing, Roach Branch, and Hale.
So, basically Florida in a nutshell.
Exactly. Unfortunately, when they change their name back, they will be back on the less weird list rather than the more weird list.
Hey, if they want more attention, they should stick with the name. Mayo is just too basic for a Florida town.
Agreed. Anyways, that's all the time we have for this episode of What the Florida. If you want to hear more about how bizarre Florida is regularly, be sure to check out more episodes on our website, steinbrennerecho.com. This has been What the Florida with Anna Moy and Zach West. We hope to see you next time. And remember, be sure to keep Florida weird, or we'll be out of a job. Okay. Now I need to talk to you.
Well, I just don't get it.
I need
What's
to
the problem?
explain
What's the,
because...
I've known my whole life, I've known one thing, and now you're coming in here and it
But
makes no sense to me.
I don't even remember what movie the Storks came from.
My mom's the one that told me about the Storks.
Like, your mom told you about Storks?
Flew away.
How old were you when your mom told you about Storks?
It's been since I was like 13 up until now.
She didn't tell you about Storks until you were 13?
That's right.
And how old are you now?
25.